Welcome back, folks. Before we go on, I just want to check on some sports stats, keep myself sharp here on the sports, and I'll use my computer and just go in here, and I'm going to check. Okay.
Too much dip. Thursday night live stream. Guys,
let's go.
We're back in the building. Whole squad's eating. Some of us are drinking. Are you guys drinking? What are you doing?
I'm ready to cook right now. No, just water.
Your boy's on late night tropical vibe.
Holy Brett Merriman.
It's 6:30 at night, KJ. What are you doing?
It's been a long day. I did pair it with a nice quinoa bowl and some grilled chicken. So hopefully that solid diet match with the late night Celsius balance. Might end up in Verdansk at 11 o'clock. So who knows?
Will tonight be the night that I re-enter Verdansk?
Probably not.
People have been asking.
Dude, let's let that Choppa sing, Dave.
Is it because I've been taking exactly one early bird and then washing it down with exactly one glass of wine and just passing out? Maybe.
Let's head to Verdansk tonight. I think we're due.
For the record, everything's okay at home.
Let's just go get slaughtered. Let's just go get slaughtered in Verdansk.
Go, man. Dude. Fuck me up, Daddy. No, I'm fresh off family photos. I didn't wear the hat for the photos, but I'm fresh off family photos, and there's gonna be some mega cute photos. We got the Rand Man in there. Just a lot of fun. Just a lot of standing in a field and whatnot, things of that nature. Music City Boxing in the building.
Train tracks, tree trunks. What'd you have?
No, a lot of tall grass. What's up, Music City? I'm gonna get my training camp off there.
Yeah, thanks for the t-shirts.
I love that t-shirt.
Is it stolen valor for me to wear that shirt and then kind of puff my chest out a little bit when I'm going to pick up dinner or late night Home Depot run or something? I'm like, you know what? As if I wasn't a target before. They see the Music City Boxing logo. They're like, okay, we're definitely not going to fuck with that guy. It's like having cauliflower ear.
I think about it every time I wear the shirt. I'm always like, dude, either someone's going to ask me about it or someone's going to just straight up test me and be like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Give me a shoulder check.
It could go both ways. Either people are scared of you because they assume you know how to throw hands, or they're like, oh, okay, we're going to see about this and try and start some – I can't cuss right now because Parks is in the other room. Start some stuff.
Don't start no stuff. There won't be no stuff. That's what I've always said.
That's right.
David, you want to tell us a little about DraftKings before we talk about somebody else who did start some stuff?
I thought you'd never ask. Guys, another week of NFL season, the NFL season, that is. It means another shot to win big at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet just $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. Remember, the last 0-0 tie in the NFL was in 1943. None of us were born yet, even Dylan. So I'd say this is a no-brainer. If this sportsbook is not available in your state yet, DraftKings won't leave you empty-handed. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with the DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WASH to throw down $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's promo code WASHED this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Remember, you must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and a $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Man, a two-hitter. Was so close to a perfect game, but just lost a little bit on the end. The fastball wasn't moving and gave up a double. It doesn't matter. The game's out of hand anyway, but we did good.
You still got the dub.
You got run support. With that said, let's hop into a little quickie for the sports party.
There it is.
I think the internet has pretty much run its course on this one, but I feel like we'd be remiss without mentioning that fuck the Morris brothers. We've said it here before, both Markeith and Marcus, but Markeith is the one who probably picked the wrong guy when he bumped into not Novak Djokovic. What am I saying? Jokic.
Jokic.
It'd be great if
however you say his name.
I would take him over Djokovic.
Reigning MVP.
Yes, reigning MVP for the Nuggets. And Jokic, who grew up in Eastern Europe in Yugoslav, like at a time of war, like
Serbia.
40 stories of like just basically, I don't know what you call it, like being raised in an active war zone, power going out constantly, hearing air raids, like all of that shit. He's not here for petty bullshit, tough guy bullshit.
Neither are his brothers.
Oh yeah, they got into it.
Yeah, his brothers. They were chirping at his brother on Twitter, just basically being like, "Yo, stay out of this." And aside from obviously being very large Eastern European guys, they're also the type that like might wear like a tracksuit and have some chains, and the kind that you don't want to tussle with. So I think he backed off a little bit.
Let me tell you, I'm going to try to let me thread this perfectly. On the list of nationalities, I'm not trying to catch it with. Pretty much any former Soviet Union country is on there, but it goes Serbia, Dagestan, Chechnya, even. I know they're current. Whatever, but I don't want it with them, and I really don't want it with the Jokic brothers. I don't want it with Big Jokic. Dude, I loved it. I have a special place in my heart for the Morris brothers getting smoked, and that was fun to see. He did the right thing. There was nothing cheap about it. You don't bump a guy. You don't hit a cheap shot a guy, then turn your back and not expect to get it. What was he supposed to do? Wait for, call his name, wait for him, then check. No, you don't do that. So props to him.
Short of you having a broken back, you got to get up off the ground. Like you've got to be back up and like ready for the action if you're going to pull that shit. I would say I vow to never fuck with anybody who looks like Victor Crumb. Harry Potter stands, rise up. So that's just kind of where I stand on it.
That's really accurate. That's the first time I've heard that, and I've got to say, as a ground floor Harry Potter guy who read the books when they first came out, that's true, man. You crushed that.
Fair. I had on here baseball is still dumb for no other reason than the fact that I'm seeing headlines and press releases about nominees for MVP and Cy Young and all this bullshit when the season ended a month ago. It's dumb. This is terrible. This does not keep you in the headlines for proper reason. This should have been settled before playoffs. Wasting my time.
What are you talking about?
Just baseball, the fact they haven't given out their MVP or named their Cy Young, and all of this happens a month after the season. I think it should happen before the playoffs start. I think
I see.
They're competing with the baseball cold stove or hot stove, if you will. Like everybody now, it's all the talks. Correa, like the NBA is so perfect because they know how to. They do the MVP before, and then it's like, okay, well, we can have all the rumor mill on free agency and trades to carry us through. But no, we're going to do it all at once with baseball. Yeah. But whatever.
The SEC and baseball, things KJ hates.
Real quick, let's do Sam Darnold first. Out with the broken shoulder, opening the door for Superman. Cam is back in Charlotte. Happy, neutral, care at all? Do we think it's going to matter for your boy Matt Rule?
It is not really a blip on my radar. I mean, there's a reason why Cam Newton didn't win the job in New England. He doesn't have the arm he used to have. He's not a threat anymore. This doesn't do much for me. I'm happy for him that he's back playing again. I guess that's cool, but they're not gonna be as good as they were with Sam Darnold. I'm sorry to say.
Well, that which was not good at all for the sadly.
It was not very good, but he started the season decently. He was moving the ball, and they were
3-0. They were 3-0 till they came to Dallas.
They were. That's right.
People forget.
I don't think Cam's going to do much for that team.
No, and I really like Cam. I don't want this to fail, but you've got McCaffrey back. I don't know exactly how healthy he is. I don't know, man. This seems. I'm happy he's got a job, but I don't see them winning more than like two or three more games the rest of the year.
Yeah, only thing I would say is Sam Darnold is bad. I agree. His history doesn't say otherwise. He's always been on bad teams. It's a little unfortunate for him that, half his season had to be judged without their best offensive weapon. But is what it is. You got to be better than that.
Last thing on it. I'm wondering if Matt Rule signed off on this, because everything I'm seeing is like this was all the owner and they went around Rule. So it's a weird place to put your second year coach. People have already, like, some of those fans have already turned on Matt Rule, which I'm like, dude, you got to give him a few years. Yeah. I think it's year 2, right? Yeah.
I would turn on whoever floated trading McCaffrey, whether or not that was a real rumor or it was from Watson camp. That was a terrible rumor to let get out there. OBJ to the Rams. You want to hit that real quick and we can knock out college football.
If I'm him, I guess kind of in ring chasing mode. You're not in being a first option or even a second option. Like, as far as the receivers go, you're the third receiver, right? I mean, I'm taking Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, especially Cooper Kupp, as my 1 and 2. And then I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know if he's like that good anymore. Like, I really have no feel for this at all. I mean, the dude he's not old yet. He's like one of the more physically gifted receivers in the league. He hasn't been doing well in Cleveland. Obviously, I want to know if it was a Cleveland problem and the offense, he just wasn't connecting with Baker. I don't know. I think he's gonna. I don't know what to expect here. I think that offense gets better with him on the field. Just if for no other reason than he's just a great athlete and he's gonna get attention. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if he's still good or not.
I think the fact that he didn't, and I'm sure it's a money thing, he's going to be gone after this year regardless, but I feel like if he would have went to Green Bay or Kansas City, the reception, the outcome probably would have been more favorable all around. He could have had a bigger impact, but maybe that's not what he wants. Thinking back to his impact against the Cowboys last year, I feel like he can contribute, but, neither here nor there. Now. Yeah.
No, nothing. I was just gonna say, I really hope that we find out what happened in that locker room with him and Baker. I'd like to, because I've been actually I've been fantasizing about that fight, which is weird, but I'm just trying to think who wins that fight. Like Baker, it's a good fight. I think it's a fair fight, honestly.
A thriller fight, maybe. I would say, calling him a ring chaser here, even though like Von Miller posts a screenshot with OBJ and they're like, ring chase team, basically. Like the Browns were in the AFC title game, were they not? Or I guess, no, they lost the Bills last year and then the Bills lost to the Chiefs. But the Browns weren't that far out, I feel like.
If you're on the descent of your career and you become a free agent, why wouldn't you ring chase? What's wrong with that?
You're not going to go to Jacksonville. Like,
yeah, I have no problem with people doing this. I don't get it.
I agree. It's going to be interesting to see if the Rams can keep it together. Stan Kroenke clearly does not give a fuck.
Love it.
College football, real quick. We are going to waste any time on the rankings. They've been dumb. They stay dumb. The fact that OU is 8th is really dumb. But the hell is happening on orangebloods.com and or horns 247? And why are they tracking?
I haven't been a member in many years of orangebloods.com, but I was at one point. I don't know, but it's officially flight tracking season. It got here early this year, and I'm here for it. What is the actual reason for Lincoln Riley missing the press conference that was scheduled for Monday, I guess?
We want to what we're talking about again?
Yeah, okay. So obviously the LSU head coaching job became available recently. And flight tracking is something that hardcore fans like to do. They like to speculate like who's flying where and for what reason. And of course, every private flight is trackable if you know like tail numbers or whatever. Yeah. Or you can just look them up. And so there's a flight. There was a flight from Norman to Baton Rouge and then back to Norman, I guess. And so
Dylan's got some tail numbers.
People, of course, are speculating that Lincoln Riley flew to Baton Rouge for, whatever reason you might think he's in Baton Rouge for. David, stop it.
Maybe he was just calling Baton Rouge. Did you ever think about that?
If he was calling Baton Rouge, he'd just pick up a phone, you know?
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
Like here in the year 2021 AD, Central Daylight Time. Why wouldn't you do you need to go to Baton Rouge?
They've got Zoom.
At this point in the negotiation, wouldn't it be smarter if he's just doing a few Zooms and having a conversation? Unless you're going and signing a paper, what are you doing?
Nothing about this makes any sense. I mean, it's early November, right? OU is undefeated. Let's not forget. They have a great chance at making a playoff here. If he were interested in the LSU job, he's not going to fly there right now to go talk to him. It makes no sense. But publicly, he's absolutely going to LSU.
You admitted that you were once a member of Orange Bloods. I do have to admit that every year on my birthday, I get a happy birthday email from rolltide.com or something along those lines, because I was coworkers, the guy who I lost the Texas A&M head shave bet to. And when A&M joined the SEC, he wanted to jump in and troll the Alabama board. So he signed up under his Texag's name and was just trying to get a feel for the room. And me being a jerk signed up under Roll Tide 49, 49, 69, some bullshit, and just completely heckled the shit out of him in the room. It's oh, you guys are going to lose, and went a week long with it. I eventually gave up, stopped caring about it. And shout out to rolltide.com for continuing to say happy birthday every October. I appreciate it.
That's really nice.
Is what it is.
Very cute.
Okay, KJ, can I pull back the curtain? Did we get the link to our guest?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Just making sure, because I just realized I never asked.
Yeah, I was on top of that, I believe, but I will I'll reconfirm. I probably should have sent my phone number with it.
Ooh, hang on. This is topical.
Yeah, someone set up a private jet to take Spencer Rattler from Norman to Baton Rouge. That's exactly.
Dylan, this is a situation when during the Great Freeze of Texas, when Ted Cruz escorted his daughters to Cabo or Cancun on the plane, then flew right back. This is like Lincoln doing that with Spencer. He flew him down there just to make sure everything goes okay. Then he went back with them. That's all this was. Mm-hmm. Lincoln's a class act. He would not just let Spencer go take that visit by himself.
So he's going to cuck Daddy Rattler to go on the trip with them. This is
Daddy got cucked.
This is my son, and this is where it will be going forward.
I'm a football man.
Exactly. I don't know. Well, since we got a little time here before our guest hops on, I will say that the fact that we have to even look at college football playoff rankings week to week, and I say I'm not even going to bitch about Cincinnati. I'm not even going to bitch about the fact that Michigan State's somehow behind Michigan, who they just beat 2 weeks ago. But the fact that it's kind of a foregone conclusion that, Alabama's number 2 still blows my mind. I don't know. Hey.
Yeah, but they've got a tough one this weekend, don't they? No, they don't. And this is that week. This is that week where they've got. It's not Prairie View. It's
it's New Mexico. It's New Mexico
State. Somebody's got Prairie View.
In your opinion, KJ, who should Alabama be ranked behind besides Georgia?
I feel like Georgia and then Ohio State wouldn't be a bad decision, even though putting Ohio State behind Oregon would feel weird. It's just if you're comparing one-loss teams at that point, nobody on Alabama's schedule is that much better than anybody that Ohio State's played, unless we're counting the Ole Miss ass whooping. But I don't think that's enough to insert them strongly at number 2. I just feel hey, they'd all be in top 4. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But or I don't know, Cincinnati could be in there. Who cares? Let's do this. I think I can get some of the setup out of the way for dip picks, and that way, let's say if we've got to scramble and do things as we normally would, we still have all that set up. So with that said, let me shift gears here a little bit and do this.
Look at this professional.
Oh, seriously? So gross.
Dip picks. Every week that I look at our schedules, or not our schedules, our records, and I'm like, okay, just little by little, I think I can climb my way back and, be competitive and maybe not have to put truck nuts on my vehicle. It doesn't seem that the gap is getting any tighter. Shout out to Landry for helping your boy out a little bit here by having an absolute trash week last week.
Yeah. Can we just have Landry be the guest every week and just tank their score? Because my gosh, he was terrible. Sorry. I know you're watching, Landry. I love you, buddy.
I'm willing to take some company funds, set them aside for Landry to get on Google Fiber or whatever he needs.
How about we agree to that if for some reason our guest falls through and I don't get his picks, we'll go ahead and send this week's picks to Landry for him to have a redemption week, because
yes,
not even second to Will's first week of picks. 2-7, not the worst week that's happened. I've had a 2-7 week. Dylan's had a 2-7 week, but Landry kind of let down the streak of the guests hitting their big boy stacks for quite some time. So with that said, the guests and David are now tied at 39-40. Dylan is still way ahead at 44-35, and I'm at 36-43 on the year. The guests are leading because their big boy stack streak at 53 points. David's in second at 1. Dylan's at 50. So you're all within striking distance. I'm at 42 points. I got to close at 11.
Great, KJ. It's not looking great, my friend.
You can only score 12 points in a week. So me being 11 points behind, that's not great. Not great at all. Let's go ahead and knock out our picks, and we'll go from there. Thursday night football, Ravens at Dolphins. Dolphins are at home getting 7.5 points. David, start us off.
The Dolphins are at home getting 7.5, you say. 7.5. This game sucks. I don't know. I think that I got to ride with the Ravens. I can't in good faith pick the Dolphins, even though I think 7.5 is a little bit wild. But give me the Ravens.
You're saying this game sucks in terms of the two teams, or in terms of just being able to pick it?
I'll watch any game that has Lamar. But pick both. Honestly, the Dolphins what the fuck are the Dolphins? God.
They won their second game last week.
The Ravens, despite playing games probably a little closer than they probably should have been playing them recently, some comeback victories in there. I think they win this one by 10 plus. Don't have a lot of faith in a Jacoby Brissett-led Miami Dolphins offense. I got the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Ravens as well. I don't want to see Brian Flores lose his job this quickly, but it does not seem to be looking sharp enough for anything else to be the outcome here. I mean, you've got just kind of a real no clear-cut decision on quarterback, and you're faced with a defense that he looked like he had an impact on last year, and it just did not stick. Then we have Michigan at Penn State. I was going to say another game of the week potential, but Penn State being unranked, I feel like this was destined to be a 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock ABC game. Number 6, Michigan at unranked Penn State. Michigan's only favored by 1 here on the road.
What time is kickoff?
11.
Ooh.
Noon Eastern, but 11.
Okay.
Has this been an exceptionally bad season for game times? Maybe it's just
It feels that way.
It feels like there's been a number of 11 a.m. games that are just this should not be an 11 a.m. game. And I'm thinking of a couple Texas ones early on, but before we knew how bad they were. No offense to them.
It's quite all right there.
I wonder how much just the fact that we're getting Fox continuing to posture, and then ESPN and ABC continuing to fight against themselves for their premier games, and knowing that ESPN is going to take SEC next year. I feel like they're just continuing to try to establish ESPN's a great place to have a premier game. Then you've got Big Nude Saturday, which I assume this is what this kickoff is. So it's we're spreading thin. Who are you taking, Dylan?
I'm weirdly confident about Penn State here. I got the Nittany Lions.
Okay. I will stick with Michigan. Michigan lost to Michigan State on a bad fumble review, which otherwise would have led to a defensive touchdown. I'll stick with Michigan here. David.
My guy on the inside is all over Penn State. I'm going to do something a little loco. I've got a good feeling about Michigan. I've said this before. I still believe in Harbaugh. I think he's going to have I think he could still have a great season. He's just got to win a couple more. He's going to win this. It's 11 a.m. If it was a night game, I would maybe reconsider, but 11 a.m. Happy Valley, yeah.
It'll be an appropriate time for him to have his glass of milk. How about that? Another 11 a.m. game. Baylor coming off a loss to the Gary Patterson-less Jerry Kill-ran TCU Horned Frogs to keep the streak alive of G-Pat. Number 8, Oklahoma at number 13, Baylor. Baylor is getting 5.5 at home.
I'll start. I think this, if I had any courage, I would just hammer this over. That being said, Baylor's coming off of just an all-time bad performance in the Aranda era. This is gonna be a fun game. Baylor's gonna get out to an early lead, maybe even OU's had a number of slow starts this season, right? Look at the Texas game, for example. Baylor's going to get up 14-0, maybe 17-0, 17-3, something like that. And then you're going to see OU put it on. Baylor's defense is good, but OU's going to be able to move the ball. Baylor's going to run the ball. They've got a really balanced offense. That being said, I think OU wins this by a touchdown, maybe 10. So I'm riding with OU, sadly.
Wow.
Dave, we feel eerily similar about this game. I was going to say this feels like the kind of game where Baylor jumps out to a 13-ish point lead, somewhere in there, and then OU figures it out and starts to turn on. I think OU wins, but not by more than 5.5. So I am taking Baylor to cover, but lose.
Okay. I hope I'm wrong.
Let's see. I'm sorry. I put OU down for you. You know what? I really think losing Joey McGuire and that energy on the sideline at Baylor is going to have an impact. Give me Baylor at home to cover. All right.
Joey McGuire, man. You'd think that he'd won like 4 national championships the way that they're talking in Lubbock right now. I mean, it's a great hire if you're trying to take down Allen in the Region 2 semis.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I love Jerry. I was hoping that if Aranda left, they would take McGuire. They would promote him. But that being said, it's a good hire. I'm just busting balls.
All right. Purdue at Ohio State. The spoiler makers on the road one more time. Heavy dogs, big dogs, however you want to say it. 20.5 points going to Purdue at home. Number 4, Ohio State at home. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Ohio State's favored by 20.5 at home against Purdue. How about that? I am taking Ohio State to cover and to make it clear that they're better than that one Oregon loss early in the year. David.
Man, I can't hop off the Randy train. I do not have Ohio State on upset alert. However, I think Purdue is going to keep this within a couple touchdowns. Give me Purdue.
Ooh.
I too am rocking with the Purdue spoiler makers. They keep it pretty close here, but probably don't win the game.
And I will. I guess that's I already said Ohio State. Number 11, Texas A&M at number 15, Ole Miss. If you want to say game of the week, I guess you could say it here. this is pretty vital to trying to establish, who's your number 3 team in the SEC. Obviously, after Ole Miss lost to Auburn, it really kind of seeded the path for A&M to be able to pick up a potential backdoor playoff spot. But regardless, I think this is going to be big for the recruitment trail as well. So Ole Miss at home, 2.5-point dogs. David, who do you have?
I hate to put you on the spot, but do we know what time this game is? I should have looked into that before.
This is nighttime, 6:00.
Oh, this is good. I'm riding with Ole Miss. I think this game comes down to a field goal. Look, Aggies aren't going to be a 2-loss team. They're just not. They're going to lose a couple other ones, and this is one of them. Sorry.
Okay. So you're taking Ole Miss.
I am.
Dylan.
I feel good about the Eggs here. I don't really have a good reason for it. I just think they, I think they're going to put it to Ole Miss a little bit. Sorry, Brett. Big Ole Miss guy.
I was going to go with A&M on the road here, but, I don't know why I'm just going to take the home team. Give me Ole Miss, nighttime SEC. I did hear back from our guest, Luis Vasquez. He will send us his picks. We've got those. He did have a kid emergency. He'll be on with us in the future. But, he's apologetic and will send us what we need to make sure the guest record hopefully stays down for the week. If I don't get him, I'm just counting him for 0-9. We agreed on that. Thanks.
Aztec guys in the comments. We could have him get on a pick. He's a Lubbock guy.
That's true. One Red Raider for another. Let's knock out our NFL games, remainder of our NFL games, and then get our big boy stacks and get out of here. Saints at Titans. Trevor Siemian on the road against the Titans. Titans are only favored by 2.5 points.
This line feels a little weird. The Titans are absolutely hot right now.
I might go back and double check the line because that feels very bad.
I know Derrick Henry's out, but I'm all over Titans. If this line is accurate, I got Titans minus 2.5 at home.
KJ, the tandem of Adrian Peterson and former Longhorn great Deontay Foreman.
Is that the running back?
He is, I believe, he is like they signed him. Because I was talking to Dylan about it earlier. I was like, I didn't know he was still in the league because after he flamed out in Houston. Anyway, I don't know. This is a weird line. That's right. It's
accurate. Checked it according to DraftKings Sportsbook.com or sportsbook.draftkings.com.
Saints coming off a bad loss. I don't think they rebound, dude. The Titans are playing pretty good football right now. I'm riding with them. Their defense is too much.
I just can't go for Trevor Siemian. I don't think the Titans running game will be able to stick around or be impactful. The Saints have a really good defense, but I just can't fuck with Trevor Siemian here. So give me the Titans as well. Eagles at Broncos. Broncos coming off a big victory in Dallas, favored by 3 at home against the Eagles. Give me Jalen Hurts with the upset. Dylan.
Yeah, I feel like the Eagles are playing with more and more confidence week by week. I think the Broncos, this line is probably reflective of what the Broncos did to the boys last week, obviously, but I don't think they're as good as they appear to be in that game. I got the Eagles.
Man, I hate to do this, but I agree. I don't think the Broncos would be able to shut down a extremely mobile quarterback. Dak, I don't even know if Dak even tried to roll out last week coming off the calf strain. He was never going to pull any old school Dak moves. So I think the Eagles are playing better. Lost a close one last week. I'm riding with the Eagles, which at altitude, you guys are familiar with this, how that works. It's going to be tough, but I'm riding with the Eagles.
It's a mile above sea level, David. Yeah.
Mile high.
I'm requesting permission to change my pick to fade here, to pick Broncos. Any objections, even though I went first on this game?
Ooh,
No, do it. That's fine.
I feel like it destroys the whole
I'm the
point
bad
of
guy.
sticking with it. So, you know what? I'll
You
stick
think
with
our guest picker is going with his former team for sure?
it. Most likely. Most likely. I actually had this game up there for that reason. Now we have Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs favored by 2.5 on the road. As if the Raiders can't have any more drama. They cut their other first-round pick who can't stay out of his own DMs and get himself fucking cut for pulling out the toolies on a video. Idiot.
Oh, dude, I forgot. They cut that? I saw that video. What happened? Is he okay?
Gone is what he is. I would have claimed, mental health, trauma. Recently had a player.
They got Deshaun Jackson, though, man.
Do you think they regret signing him, knowing a week later, or not knowing, but a week later, having potential having OBJ?
That's the last thing they did not need OBJ in there. That is like a season of
love to sign OBJ though.
True.
Oh my gosh, that's like a season of I don't know, one of those sports shows.
The fact that the Colts are getting the in-season Hard Knocks and it's not the Raiders, like this would have been electric to get to see the Raiders season. Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs favored by 2.5. David, start us off.
This might be the toughest game to pick, at least in the NFL. This has been the most difficult. The Chiefs, I mean, like legitimately, I know we say this every week, but the Chiefs have not looked good. Like they legit a competent quarterback beats them with that Packers team last week. Give me the Raiders. Give me upset at home. I like it. I think I liked it. I believe in Derek Carr.
Okay.
Despite everything going on in Vegas, the Chiefs stink, baby. Give me the Raiders plus 2.5.
Wow. I'm going to take the Chiefs. Not just the fade, but I think the Chiefs are bad. I don't think they're terrible. I think their biggest loss was, whether they passed on or just flat out did not win the OBJ sweepstakes, if you want to call them that. That team really could have benefited from having him, contribute to their big play ability, even if all it does is help Tyreek Hill out. So that's my only concern, aside from the fact their offensive line is shaky and their defensive statistics are not great. I still think they've got what it takes to win big games like this. So give me the Chiefs to cover at least. Now, bring us home with the big boy stacks. Dylan, you seemed prepared here.
You already know what it is. Dave put this line on my radar earlier this week, and I've been thinking about it ever since. I have Kansas plus a mind-blowing 30.5 points against my Texas Longhorns. That is a team playing with no confidence whatsoever. Texas wins, of course, because they are playing Kansas, but that team is just in total disarray. We have players snitching on their coaches, and it's just a total mess. Texas wins by 17. So
I forgot to even mention that earlier. I think we're all on the same page there. Maybe not what you want to hear. Didn't think it was that bad. Bitch move to record it and post it. Pretty accurate.
Yes. What the coach said, if you've played an organized sport at the high school or above level, you've heard coaches talk like that. It's not a huge deal. The problem is the player who decided to snitch on his coach, which is absurd, embarrassing.
Did they find the guy yet? Do they know who did it?
I hadn't heard.
Okay.
I hope the strength coach knows. That's certainly one of those things that, like, you're not going to publicly punish somebody, but that person may be doing some extra, gassers or, insert your old school punishment here. David, if you have yours, you can go. Otherwise, I can go with mine.
I will go. I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I didn't have the balls. I'm back. I don't care. Give me the over. Baylor, OU. Believe it's on our friends at DraftKings, 64.5. A lot of points. It's going to happen. Give me the over in Waco.
Okay. I don't hate it. I don't see it happening, but I don't hate it. A lot of people know I'm a Big Ten guy, big Wisconsin Badgers fan here. Follow the Badgers every week in, week out. Just can't get enough of watching them play. You know, everything about them. I was all over the fact that Ches Malusi, their starting running back, number one running back's out for the season with a leg injury. Big hit for a team that runs the hell out of the ball. Not many people realize they've got a true freshman out of Fond du Lac named Braylon Allen. Watch out for this guy. 6'2", 230, 240, and can absolutely tote the rock. I'm not going to say Derrick Henry type running back, but the boys, he's going to be a name that's worth knowing in the next couple of years. He's won freshman of the week for college football multiple times this year. Had over 100 yards in multiple games. They're playing Northwestern. Wisconsin's favored by 24 at home. I don't think Braylon Allen has enough in the tank to carry the team to cover a 24-point spread. They haven't beaten Northwestern by 24 and or had a spread of 24 since 2010 when James White and J.J. Watt were on the team. So give me Northwestern to cover against Wisconsin plus 24.
Damn.
With that said, do not follow me for any snooker bets ever again. Judd Trump, the number one snooker player in the world last week, shit the bed unexpectedly after I picked him with my secret big boy stack that did not count. So that hurt.
Still don't know what you're talking. Still don't know what you're talking about, but I'm here for it.
Excellent. Oh
Can I explain the mic?
Yes, please do.
My mic stand broke, so now I have to hold it. That's all.
Remind me, I actually have another one of these little tabletop ones that just sits in the closet. I'll bring it.
Oh, it's all right. I already ordered like a very, very expensive professional one on the company card.
Very cool.
Am I lame because I put a microphone boom on my Christmas list? It's like, I don't fucking know. Give me some basic shoes and a mic boom. Anyways,
the man who cares about his craft.
You know, just every day, just getting a little bit better. Let's find some buttons to press. Oh, it's high school football playoff season.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Any predictions?
I just hope we can win a game.
Any teams we're watching out there for Texas high school football? While I find it.
Yes. Duncanville's got they've got the tough side of 6A. They've got Southlake in their region or division. They got Lake Travis. Who else? Oh, is North Shore in there too? Southlake, Allen. Look, nothing new for them. I think this might be their best defensive team. That's all I'm gonna say. So if they have a chance, I think they're going to win a few games. I think that they've got a chance to make a run based on their defense and their ability to run the ball. I've got the Colorado State kid running the ball well, and I don't know. That's the only team I'm following. We'll see.
Fair. Well, with that said, let's GTFOH. Apologies for the letdown on the guest, but I believe that Lucas will get us his picks and be with us in the future. That said,
you're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. Okay. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
I'm just saying.